Okay, so uh, are we ready to dive into this healthy remote working stuff? You've been doing your homework, it seems. I mean, a whole book, A&D, a video course, that's dedication. I have to admit, this healthy remote worker thing has caught my eye, too.
Yeah, it's really got people talking. And for good reason,
Yeah.
especially for online marketers, right? Always connected, always on. This deep dive is all about cutting through the noise and finding what actually works. Those strategies you can actually use.
Love it. Give me the good stuff. So we've got excerpts from the book and a breakdown of the video course. Where do we even start? What are the main takeaways here?
Well, the big one, and this might surprise some folks, is that work-life balance. Yeah, it's actually possible, even for us online entrepreneurs. It's all about boundaries. Like, imagine you're commuting to an office. You clock in, you clock out. The book actually tells the story about this woman. She completely transformed her work-from-home life just by setting specific work hours, started having dinner with her family again.
Okay, now those are the stories I like to hear. Real people, real changes. It's so easy to let work take over, right? When your office is what, like 10 steps away?
Tell me about it. You end up working late, checking emails in bed. That's why they're all about this digital sunset idea.
Digital sunset. Okay, I like the sound of that already.
Yeah, so it's not just about logging off, it's about reclaiming your evenings, putting the phone down, giving yourself a break from the screens. And they even suggest, get this, setting up an app blocker after a certain time.
Whoa, now that's commitment. But you know what else helps? Getting your body moving. It's so
Mhm.
easy to just stay glued to your chair when you work from home.
It's true. We're creatures of habit, right? And sometimes our work from home habit, yeah, it involves a lot of sitting. But the good news is you don't need a fancy gym membership or anything. This book, The Healthy Remote Worker, they're all about those little moments of movement throughout the day.
Give me an example. What kind of movements are we talking here?
Well, it could be as simple as standing up while you're on a call, or maybe a quick walk around the block during your lunch break. They even suggest, and this is kind of out there, using a yoga ball as your chair.
Wait, a yoga ball. Now that's an image. Have you tried that? It seems like it'd be great for your core, but maybe not so much for stability.
Well, that's where they bring in these like 5-minute movement breaks. The book is all about this thing called the Pomodoro technique, work for 25 minutes focused and then 5 minutes of movement. It's amazing how much those little breaks can help. And hey, for our online marketers out there are even apps for that. They block those distracting websites, during your work sprints. Talk about a productivity boost.
See, now that's what I'm talking about. Those little hacks make all the difference. But, okay, let's talk fuel. We can't just be moving around all day without, actually fueling our bodies. I'm guessing this book isn't advocating for a steady diet of chips and coffee, right?
You know me better than that. The Healthy Remote Worker actually has a whole chapter on mindful eating.
Mindful eating, huh? What's the gist?
And basically, it comes down to planning, just like you'd plan your work schedule, right?
Hmm.
So, meal prepping, batch cooking on the weekends, those kinds of things. Even just having healthy snacks on hand. And staying hydrated, of course. Always have that water bottle within reach.
Speaking of water, that's my downfall. I get so caught up in a task and completely forget to drink anything. Oh, and you know what else I've been slacking on? Ergonomics.
Yeah.
I've been working from the couch more than I'd like to admit. But this book, it really highlighted just how important a proper setup is.
It's easy to forget about when you're in the thick of it, right? You're focused on work, and comfort seems like a luxury. But trust me, your body will thank you later. The book really emphasizes having a good chair, making sure your screen's at the right height. Even little things like a footrest can make a world of difference.
It's all about those little tweaks, right?
Uh,
And for online marketers who are basically glued to their screens all day, things like blue light glasses, or even just software that adjusts the screen color, game changers.
Yeah,
But you're right, even with the best setup, staring at a screen all day, it takes its toll.
exactly. And the book goes beyond just screen time. It dives into this idea of creating a healthier relationship with technology in general, not about ditching our devices altogether, but being more intentional.
So setting boundaries, is that where the digital sunset comes back in?
There you go. It all ties together. But there's more to it than just that. They also talk about mindfulness practices like short meditations, breathing exercises, even just having tech-free zones in your home.
Okay, I can get on board with that. A little mindfulness goes a long way. But let's be real. Stress is a part of life,
Hmm.
right? Especially in the online world. Things move fast. Did the book address that at all? How to deal with those inevitable moments of overwhelm?
There's a fascinating section on building resilience.
Resilience.
Yeah, it's not just about managing stress when it hits, but about building up that inner strength so you can bounce back quicker.
Building resilience. I like that. Sounds a lot more empowering than just, surviving
Yeah.
stress. So how do we do it? What are some of the techniques they recommend?
Well, a lot of it goes back to the basics, actually. Making sure you're getting enough sleep, moving your body regularly, that whole mind body connection.
Makes sense. It all ties together.
Exactly. And nurturing your social connections. That's another big one.
Oh, for sure. Because let's face it, working from home can be isolating sometimes.
It definitely can. And then there are things like gratitude practices, taking a few minutes each day to appreciate the good things in your life. It sounds cheesy, but it can really shift your perspective.
I'm all about those little mindset shifts. Sometimes that's all it takes.
Right. And the best part is, these are all things you can start implementing today. You don't have to wait for the perfect time or anything.
That's the beauty of it. Small steps, big impact. Well, this has been eye-opening to say the least. It seems like every time we do one of these deep dives, I walk away with a whole new perspective.
Me too. And that's the goal, right? To
No,
keep learning, keep growing, keep finding those little tweaks that can make a big difference.
absolutely. Well, for anyone listening, I hope you're taking notes. We've covered a lot of ground today, from work-life balance and mindful eating to ergonomics and building resilience. It's all connected.
It really is. And at the end of the day, it's about investing in yourself because when you feel your best, you do your best work.
Couldn't have said it better myself. So as we wrap up this deep dive on the healthy remote worker, I want to leave you with this. Think about just one small change you can make today. One thing you can do to prioritize your well-being.
It all starts with that first step.
Here's to a healthier, happier, and even more productive you.
Cheers to that.